Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Derek and Bethany React, where we react to real estate shows about real estate. We let you know how realistic they are or not, as some of them have been pretty unrealistic. But this one obviously is realistic. It's about realtors. We are about to watch Selling Sunset, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Today, we are watching season 2, episode 4 of Selling Sunset.
Let's get in it.
The way we move is sick, so call a doctor.
I can't believe I might miss out on selling this house because of the neighbor's dog. It won't stop barking. So, what do you guys think?
I don't know if you want to tell this story.
I'll tell the story because I think it's hilarious. So, yeah, dogs barking is the worst thing. Anything that is something that is gonna be there for a long period of time as a neighbor, whether it's a dog, whether they have some like loud piercing noise behind them, if there's some type of construction or I don't know. If there's like a consistent, like it's gonna be consistent, it's very well gonna bother you to the point where you don't even wanna be there because you don't know how long they're gonna keep the dog or how long, you don't know any of that. So anyways, I was showing a house in a place around here in Nashville, right outside of Nashville, that we walked up to show the house. No, I did show the house.
It was a cute house.
It was a very cute house. And we walked out and there was a homeless guy on the porch.
Of the house.
Just laying on his bags. And we were like, and the lockbox was right next to it. Like right next to him. And I'm like, oh, well, my client's a single woman.
And she was like, nope.
And she goes, oh, no, I'm out. So we walk. I go over, I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? I put the key in the lockbox. I go out with her, we walk out to the car, and we're done. Yeah. But I was like, wow. So yeah, there's some things that can really deter you from buying a house that are out of your control. It's a little, I'm sure they don't deal with that over here, but.
Not. A dog is what they're dealing with.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. That's gonna be pretty funny.
I mean, can you believe us working together after last year? We have to make this happen.
She's like, we gotta be best friends now. Okay, this is exactly why you don't make bad blood with other realtors. As much as you might have had like a really bad deal and why you gotta keep your emotions out of it, you have to stay out of your emotions when it comes to other agents. Yeah. They might be terrible agents. Doesn't matter.
Or in terrible situations.
Or whatever happens, you just got to let it go and move on because of this exact situation. At the end of the day, she's bringing a client to a house where now Christine needs to sell it. And she's like, I haven't been getting many calls. And now who's the one that's bringing the clients over? Her arch nemesis. Is that how you say it? Yes.
Just gonna show her around. I know you're busy.
Oh, okay.
You guys have met before.
Hi.
Hey, good to
How
see
are
you.
I didn't know you guys were coming.
Yeah, sorry.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for letting us come and check this out.
Of course.
Do your thing. We don't want to interrupt. I'm just gonna show her around.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
All right.
I don't really know what you're going to say, but to me, we're creating some competition because
Smart.
it seems like he's bringing somebody, either that was planned or not planned, whatever it is. There's some competition there. So,
I agree with that.
Who wants the house?
I'm so glad you said that because that's not what I was going to say at all. But I like that. That's very true. What I was going to say is it's actually something that I've had happen so many times where you go into a house and there's other clients of other agents with your other agents and they're all going around and looking at the house together. Everybody feels rushed and it gets to a point where it's like you could have sold the house potentially if you had them actually look at all the different things that they needed to look at, but because they felt they were a little rushed or they didn't have the privacy of a private tour or whatever, they decide, we're just gonna ignore this one and go with something else. Mm-hmm. Or you have to reschedule a showing and you just don't wanna do that. So I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
But what you said actually makes sense and I could see him doing that, so.
But it's kind of hard talking over another realtor. You're like listening in you automatically are listening into what the other couple is probably saying. So you're it's just kind of not a good situation, I don't feel like. No. But funny story, and we've talked about this before, our very first house, we walked in and we were looking at it. We were like, oh, I really like this house. And then somebody else came in and was looking at the house too. And
Bethany said, "Oh heck no! I want this house."
so we were like, "Oh no, we want this house." So
I was like, "Do whatever it takes."
it kind of made us want to like get on the ball because we saw them come in, and you know, it was kind of a crazy market back then. Not as near as crazy as what it is now, but
still, it was a pretty crazy market, and I do remember that. I sat on the counter of the house,
and we made the
kitchen
decision
counter. I said,
right
"I'm
there.
gonna sit on the kitchen counter and see how they like that." They were like, "Ugh, "This guy's rude." I said, "Well, I gotta call my banker." So I called my mortgage lender and I said, "Hey, man."
This is prior to us being in real estate.
Yeah, I wasn't in real estate. I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, I don't think your numbers are gonna run.
Oh, darn.
All right, guys. Thanks,
He's
Mary.
pretty savvy. I think he'll do his own numbers. Thanks for that, though, Jay.
You got it.
Good advice.
So I think it's rude that he like interrupted, because first off, it's not like they're at the same brokerage and everything. Like that was pretty rude that he.
No, it is like they're the same brokerage.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're at the same brokerage, and I think that's pretty rude that he.
It's even more rude that
stopped.
he's the broker and owner.
Yeah, yeah.
If my broker owner came into my open, or not even, I don't even know if it was an open house. She just happened to be there. I'm assuming it was an open house.
Maybe.
No way it wasn't. Even as an open house, it's like, talk about those numbers outside of the property.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no need to go up in the middle of her with the client. That's just completely rude. And it's really rude when it's you as the owner / broker for your own brokerage and this is your agent. Like, I would be pissed.
Well, and he should have done the research on the front end. He was asking her about the bedrooms and all
Yeah,
that
he's
other
like,
stuff.
it's only this and this and this.
He
You should have done the
if
research.
he was going to come in, he should know the property.
I'd be really frustrated if my broker came in and did that. But
No, I own the brokerage. I'm also an active real estate agent. It gets complicated. You know, technically I'm on both sides of the transaction, and I want to represent my agent's interests and my client's interest.
so just to say, I agree with him and I understand that. So what he's called, he's a participating broker. What that means is he still sells real estate. He doesn't just manage agents. So he still sells his own real estate. Typically, like she just said a second ago, it's all past clients. That was a past client. So the majority of participating brokers don't even sell like to new people anymore. They've gotten their business established. They sell to older clients. And that's what she's saying now.
Returning people who call.
But at the same time, call and schedule a showing or
It's a
something.
big price point too.
Yeah.
Amel is not going to write an offer that you're going to be happy with, if she even writes. So if you don't want to take it, don't take it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be concerned about it until I get something offensive in writing, but
It's not going to be offensive.
if there's not a 3 in front of it, it's pretty offensive. If it's 29999, then it's not.
It's not going to be 2999999 either.
I don't know anything about the comps on this property, but she said if it has a 3 or if it's not a 3 in front of it, it's offensive. Which to her, if she's a good agent, she seems like she is, she's already priced the house well. This guy, even if they're priced a little high, she knows that the lowest we should get is nothing lower than 3 mil. Or whatever it was, I can't remember.
Yeah, 3 million.
But basically that's like, we should not go lower than this because it's definitely worth more. He's just trying to get a good deal for his client, and I get that. But he said, well, if you don't want to take it, well, she hasn't even written the offer yet. She hasn't even made a verbal offer yet. And if they make the offer, she has the opportunity to tell her client, hey, I think it's worth more. We've only been on market X number of days. I think we should wait. And the client could say, no, sounds great, we'll wait, or I'll take it. But it might even put her in a position where she's like, I need money. And she's like, well, it might be a decent offer. That's terrifying. So watch that and be careful with that going forward.
If we write an
How
offer,
about you deal with your client and I'll deal with mine? Don't stress me out anymore. I'm at my wit's end. This wedding is costing me so much money. We have to fly our families in, try to get hotels. I'm doing everything I can.
As a realtor, you cannot sell real estate when you are backed in a corner financially. It is hard because all you're thinking about is money when you need to be thinking about just your client's best interest, period. So, oh, I don't have a check this month or whatever. You have to take that out of the equation because it can potentially affect the way you direct your client.
I do want to get you involved, so we'll talk about that in the future.
I'm a little disappointed. Like, Brett takes me to this store, and I'm hoping, oh, maybe he's gonna put me as a call list with him. He was just rubbing it in my face. Oh, look at this.
What she's hoping for is that he co-lists it with her, which basically makes it, depending on what the co-list agreement is, 50-50, potentially. I mean, granted, he could just say, I'm only going to pay you X and whatever, but she's basically wanting to get in not only to learn, but she wants to get paid.
Do you live in the area?
I do.
Currently, you do? Are you?
Yeah, new to LA, actually.
Okay. Are you looking to buy, or are you just curious to see what's for sale in your neighborhood?
Looking to buy.
What are you looking for?
In the case that she just had, oh, you're a buyer, you just moved here to LA and you're wanting to purchase this, whether it's this home or a home, are you working with an agent?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not, I'd love to help. So say you're not. At the front end, she could have given the sign-up sheet for him to come in and sign up. And that way she has his phone number, email, whether it's real or not. Sometimes that's fake. Sometimes people just fill out whatever just to fill it out and make you feel better. But she could have built a little bit more rapport with the guy. Instead, she just felt super uncomfortable.
So what's the square footage? And when was this built?
Oh, when was it built? That's a good question.
So awkward.
How long has it been on the market?
I don't know. I literally was studying this before you walked in the door.
This is uncomfortable to watch, but it is so true. So I did that. I don't know if it was right at my first open house, but if you don't know your specs of the house is a problem. So you have to know your minimum, how many beds, how many baths, how many square feet, does it have a garage or not? At LA, it seems like a pool is almost like having a garage here. So does it have a pool? That's the minimum you should know. But I try my hardest not even to bring sheets, or MLS sheets as we call them, which are spec sheets that give all the information, because I want them to ask me and me be the expert. And if you know your stuff, then the more you know about your property, the more confident you are about talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they have those spec sheets there for a reason.
In case they couldn't
So
get somebody.
even she should have been studying that right before. And if they ask the question and saying, I don't know, she could always be like, well, let's look back at our spec sheet that we have here. Let me double check that.
Well, here's the thing that I think is interesting. Didn't they say this was her listing?
She had got the listing from Jason, so yeah.
So if it's her listing and she did the listing, I mean, unless she got the open house from him. So, I don't know. Anyways, at the end of the day, it's something to know. You got to know your stuff.
Maybe if you have a card or something, I can maybe have her contact you. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so what I would have done instead of giving a card, oh yeah, let me give you a card. No, because you're going to throw that card away and you'll probably never call me again. Just being honest. So what I would do instead is like, oh, I don't have any cards on me, but I can go ahead and get your phone number now and I'll reach out to you and then see what they say. Because at that point they might be like, well, and then at that point you might know, are you really serious or are you just saying that you want to get your wife over here? Sorry, it's just a little realtor lingo. Do I think this is a realistic show? Yes, it's a great show as far as realistic when it comes to the real estate side of the show. Obviously, the rest of it's just a complete drama film.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of real estate today.
There was a decent amount. You saw how weird it is when you have somebody in front of you looking at a house while you're talking over you while you're trying to talk about the house that you're trying to buy. That can be annoying. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot in it. It was more drama-filled this time. But at the end of the day, there was a couple little nuggets. I said it again. Dumb.
No, it's good. It's good.
Nuggets. But do I think it's realistic or not? Yes, I think it's realistic. Drama, not so much.
Yep, I agree. Thank you for watching another episode of Derek and Bethany Reacts. If there are any other shows or movies you would like for us to react to, leave them in the comment section below. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
My whole arm is completely numb. Oh, this looks good, by the way. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa. Momoa of the Jason.
You don't know who that is?
It's probably better.
Yeah.
Give it a little. I'm sorry. Are you ready? This is the zebra one.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get in it. But I should say it even worse, like, let's get in it. We're going to watch Selling Sunset again for you. We've got episode, I'm kind of cutting into your thing.
That's fine.
No. This is a show where we react to realistic things. What? This is a show that we react to real estate shows. We react to this show all the time. From the top.
What is he doing?
I think he's broken.
All right. You ready? Yeah. All right.